So what really happened between Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet? The longtime couple surprised fans on January 12th when they announced their breakup. Now a source gives new insight into what drove the split, namely that they were both moving in different directions.
Lenny and Lisa were married from 1987 to 1993 before going their separate ways. And ever since, they've been open about maintaining a friendly relationship over the years.
Lisa Bonet's incredible transformation since her split from Jason Momoa has Hollywood talking. The actress, who once won hearts as Denise Huxtable, has come out of her high-profile breakup with a renewed sense of direction.
Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet have called it quits after being together for 16 years. The Aquaman star took to Instagram to announce the news of their separation on Wednesday.
At such an advanced age, Bonet still stands as a stunning example of timeless beauty, looking youthful in a way that has many curious about her secrets. Her remarkable journey has completely captivated both industry insiders and fans. But what exactly could be the secret behind this stunning transformation? Join us as we unravel the dazzling evolution of Lisa Bonet. Lisa Bonet's struggles and breakthrough. Before Lisa Bonet became the free-spirited woman who would later capture Jason Momoa's heart, she was simply a teenager searching for her place in the world. Growing up in a wealthy, mostly white neighborhood in Los Angeles, young Lisa often felt like she didn't belong. She struggled to fit in, feeling torn between different worlds. Her sense of being out of place was made worse by the fact that she was an only child after her parents divorced. "I used to beg my mom every day for another sibling," Lisa recalled, her voice filled with the loneliness that marked her early years. Without brothers or sisters to rely on, Lisa looked for something that could fill the emptiness in her life. Everything changed when a friend invited her to an acting class. For the teenage Lisa, it felt like the missing piece. Here, she found a way to express herself and explore different roles. This newfound passion led to a guest role on St. Elsewhere in 1983 when she was just 16.
She was a breakout star on one of America's most popular sitcoms in the 1980s and early 90s. The Cosby Show turned NBC's Thursday night lineup into must-see TV, and Lisa Bonet into a hot commodity.
Reflecting on her early acting experiences years later on Late Night with David Letterman, Lisa shared her thoughts with her usual modesty. "I wasn't really into acting that much," she said. "I was just going to school, and in Los Angeles, especially as a minority, there wasn't much work available. So when this opportunity came up, I thought, wow, a series. This is fun." Little did she know that simple beginning would propel her into the spotlight for decades, launching a transformation that no one, least of all Lisa herself, could have predicted. In 1984, Lisa Bonet joined The Cosby Show as Denise Huxtable, a role that would make her an iconic figure. The show, which aired from 1984 to 1991, became a massive success, winning awards and topping TV ratings. Lisa became a household name, appearing in homes across America every week. The New York Times once noted how The Cosby Show changed the landscape of television. When it first appeared in 1984, television was lacking great sitcoms. Viewers turned to The Cosby Show because it made them laugh every week. The series held the #1 spot in TV ratings from 1985 to 1989, making Lisa one of the most recognized young actresses of the time. However, while fans loved Denise Huxtable, Lisa Bonet was yearning for something more. Fame had come swiftly, perhaps too swiftly, and deep inside she felt restless. Many young stars would have been content to ride the success of a hit show, but Lisa wasn't like most. She wanted to break free from her wholesome TV image. As the show progressed, she began seeking out new challenges. She dreamed of acting in movies and even considered having her own spin-off series. But stepping away from the role of Denise was no easy task. Lisa's desire to explore new creative avenues clashed with what people expected from her as America's favorite TV daughter. This push to defy expectations would become a defining feature of both her career and personal journey. Even at that early stage, Lisa was determined to live on her own terms, regardless of what others thought. This rebellious spirit would later lead to the remarkable transformation that continues to captivate the world today. Had this shift in her life started long before Jason Momoa came into the picture? Let's find out. Lisa Bonet's career shift. By 1986, Lisa Bonet was 18 and legally an adult, but she was still playing the role of the big sister, Denise Huxtable, on The Cosby Show.
In fact, Bonet was so popular that an entire spin-off series was based around her character's adventures in college as Denise Huxtable entered a new life.
With her newfound independence, she felt the urge to break free from the safety of network television. This led her to take on a daring role in the R-rated film Angel Heart, directed by Alan Parker, where she starred alongside Robert De Niro and Mickey Rourke. The movie quickly caused a stir due to its explicit nudity and content. The original version was so provocative that the rating had to be changed from X to R after its release in 1987, following the removal of 10 seconds of footage. For fans who only knew her as the wholesome Denise, this shift in her career was shocking. However, for Lisa, it was about more than just acting. It was about being true to herself, regardless of public opinion. She understood that TV actors were often boxed into a specific image, and she was determined to show that she was more than just a beloved sitcom character. When criticized for possibly damaging Denise's good girl image, Lisa didn't let it affect her. She wasn't concerned with protecting a fictional character's reputation. Her focus was on her personal growth and creative freedom. She saw acting as an art form, one that required her to take risks and push boundaries to explore new aspects of herself. Her decision to chart her own path, rather than conforming to expectations, would define her career for years to come. This same independent spirit would later give her the strength to walk away from a high-profile marriage and reinvent herself entirely. As Lisa continued to grow both professionally and personally, she built the inner strength that would eventually allow her to transform her life after leaving Jason Momoa. Each boundary she pushed was a step toward becoming the woman she is today, someone whose transformation went far beyond her physical appearance, touching something much deeper and more profound. Different World, a popular spin-off of The Cosby Show, was one of the most significant black sitcoms in television history. Initially focused on Lisa's character, Denise Huxtable, the show shifted after Bonet left following her pregnancy with musician Lenny Kravitz's child. Years later, actor Darrell M. Bell, who starred in A Different World, defended Lisa in an interview with Vanity Fair. He noted that Lisa never received enough credit for the show's success, and that rumors about her being difficult to work with were unfair. He pointed out that she was just 20 years old, dealing with intense media attention, and to label her as unprofessional was simply wrong. Bonet's departure from the show was linked to her whirlwind romance with Kravitz. The two met in an elevator at a New Edition concert in 1985.
Kravitz's first-time nerves didn't faze the actor, and the two became friends instantly. While his relationship with Bonet wasn't romantic at first,
and an immediate bond formed between them. Their relationship quickly grew serious, and they became roommates, then a couple. By November 16, 1987, Bonet, now 20, eloped with Kravitz in Las Vegas. Shortly afterward, she became pregnant with their daughter, Zoe. Despite the news, Bill Cosby, the creator of The Cosby Show, refused to include Bonet's pregnancy in the storyline. Debbie Allen, who became the show's producer in Season 2, attempted to convince Cosby to write a pregnancy storyline for Denise. She argued that it could be a compelling narrative about a young woman balancing a successful career with motherhood. However, Cosby rejected the idea, firmly stating, Denise Huxtable is not pregnant. Lisa Bonet is pregnant. As a result, Bonet left a different world and later returned to The Cosby Show after giving birth to Zoe on December 1, 1988. Becoming a mother profoundly changed Lisa Bonet. She later shared, "Having Zoe saved my life." She explained that motherhood inspired her to make changes in her life because she didn't want to pass on certain negative patterns to her daughter. Bonet's exit from a different world marked a pivotal moment in her journey: the end of Lisa Bonet and Lenny Kravitz's romance. Lisa Bonet and Lenny Kravitz's relationship, which had begun with so much passion, ended in 1991. Although they separated that year, their divorce wasn't finalized until 1993. While the exact reasons for their split remained private, Kravitz expressed his emotions through his music, particularly in his 1991 album, Mama Saeed. One of the most memorable songs from the album, It Ain't Over Till It's Over, was written with Bonet in mind, revealing that he still had deep feelings for her. In a 1993 interview with the New York Times, Kravitz shared, "I still love her very much, more than she'll ever know."
Exes and friends? Lisa Bonet and Lenny Kravitz proving those words can absolutely coexist.
We experienced a very deep love that still carries on to this day, just in a different way.
The breakup took a heavy emotional toll on Kravitz. In a 1995 interview with Rolling Stone, he opened up about the extent of his pain. "I was in a tremendous amount of pain when we broke up. For like 6 months. I only slept for 2 hours a day, from 4 to 6 in the morning. The rest of the time I was just up like a zombie. I was floored." After the separation, Bonet made a major life change by moving with her young daughter, Zoe, to a peaceful canyon in California. She hoped to raise Zoe in a natural environment, away from the bustle of city life, allowing her daughter to grow in a space where her imagination could flourish. This decision marked a difficult yet defining chapter for Bonet, showing her dedication to motherhood and co-parenting despite her divorce. During this time, she also found herself through her art and the love she had for her daughter. Even though she stepped away from the spotlight to focus on being a mother, Lisa Bonet's passion for acting never waned. In the late 1990s, she took a break from the industry. In a 1998 interview with Entertainment Weekly, she explained, "I haven't been working at all. I've just had a different way of living for a while. Living in LA, taking care of my kid, finding what interests me, doing some thinking and lots of yoga." When she eventually returned to acting, Bonet took on some exciting roles that would help her make her mark once more. In 1998, she starred in the action-packed Enemy of the State with Will Smith. And in 2000, she received praise for her role in the critically acclaimed High Fidelity. These films represented her return to Hollywood on her own terms, giving her the chance to express her creativity while maintaining the balance she craved in her personal life. In 2004, after rebuilding her career, Lisa Bonet found love again, this time with Jason Momoa. Their first meeting, which took place at a jazz club in Los Angeles, seemed almost destined. Momoa, who needed a ride home that evening, was offered a lift by Bonet. What made their connection even more remarkable was Momoa's lifelong admiration for Bonet. He later shared on The Late Late Show with James Corden that as a young boy of 8, he had told his mother he wanted to marry Lisa Bonet after seeing her on TV. Despite the difference in their ages, Momoa is over a decade younger than Bonet. Their bond grew strong and steady. The couple married in 2017 after being together for nearly 13 years, creating a blended family and discovering harmony. By this time, Lisa Bonet's daughter, Zoe Kravitz, had grown into a young adult. Bonet's new life with Jason Momoa brought even more happiness, especially with the arrival of their first child together, a daughter named Lola Iolani, in 2007. The following year, they were blessed with a son, Nakoa Wolf Manaka Wapo Namaka in 2008. Over the next decade, Bonet continued to make her presence known on television, starring in shows like The Red Road and Ray Donovan, while also taking on significant roles in Drunk History, where she portrayed iconic historical figures such as Rosa Parks and Mary Ellen Pleasant. Throughout this time, she skillfully balanced her professional life and her commitment to family. Although much of Lisa's career had kept her filming The Cosby Show in New York, her heart was always in California. In a 2018 interview with Net-a-Porter, she shared her deep love for Southern California. "People may criticize it, but I adore it here," she said. "It's the place where you can create the life you truly want." This connection to California kept her close to her adult daughter, Zoe. At the 2020 Golden Globes, Bonet proudly celebrated Zoe's growing career, showing her immense support. This chapter in Lisa Bonet's life demonstrated her incredible ability to navigate complex family dynamics, forging meaningful relationships with her ex-partners and stepchildren. Her emotional intelligence, developed over the years, would play a vital role when it came time to face the end of her marriage to Jason Momoa. The woman who had always found ways to create harmony among her family members was now preparing for a new personal transformation. In January 2022, news of Lisa Bonet and Jason Momoa's separation shocked Hollywood.
Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet are calling it quits after 16 years together. Momoa took to Instagram on Wednesday to share the family news that he and Bonet are parting ways in marriage.
Fans were stunned, as the couple had seemed inseparable for almost 17 years, including 4 years of marriage. The couple issued a joint statement explaining their decision to part ways, citing transformational times and changes affecting their family. "We have all felt the pressure of these transformational times," they wrote, alluding to outside forces that may have influenced their decision. What the public didn't know was that the couple had actually separated more than a year earlier, on October 7, 2020, over 15 months before their split became public knowledge. This long period of privacy showed their commitment to handling their separation privately, without the glare of the public eye. In December 2021, during an interview with her longtime friend, Marissa Toe, Bonet subtly hinted at the changes in her life. Speaking about personal growth, she mentioned learning to embrace her true self and taking the invitation from the universe to step into a river of uncertainty. At the time, her words seemed vague, but they took on new meaning after their separation announcement. The couple's formal divorce proceedings didn't start until January 2024, when Lisa Bonet filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. The Los Angeles County Court processed the divorce quickly, granting the petition the very next day, suggesting that Bonet and Momoa had carefully prepared their settlement in advance. The marital settlement agreement they reached covered all essential aspects of the separation, including asset division and financial arrangements. Both waived their rights to spousal support and agreed to share custody of their 2 children, Lola Iolani and Nakoa Wolf. The quick and efficient resolution showed their mutual respect and their dedication to a peaceful separation. What could have led to the sudden split? The real story behind the divorce. Behind the carefully crafted public statements, there were deeper reasons for the separation of Lisa Bonet and Jason Momoa. Sources close to the couple revealed that their breakup mostly came from their growing differences in life, priorities, and lifestyle choices. Jason, who was experiencing a career resurgence with major roles in blockbuster films like Aquaman and hit shows like See and Game of Thrones, had become very focused on his career. He was passionate about his work and felt deeply fulfilled by his success. After years of struggling to find steady work, Jason was eager to seize every opportunity that came his way. On the other hand, Lisa had created a calmer and more grounded life in Los Angeles. She valued stability and dedicated time to her spiritual practices. Unlike Jason, Lisa preferred to stay in LA and wasn't interested in traveling for long stretches of time for work. This difference in how they wanted to live their lives led to growing tension between them. While Jason's career demanded that he travel extensively and be away from home for long periods, Lisa enjoyed the comfort of home and focused on things like reading, writing poetry, and cooking. Over time, their preferences began to diverge even more. Jason loved the idea of adventure and exploring new places, while Lisa was content with the peaceful life she had built in LA. These differences didn't appear overnight, but had developed gradually, causing them to drift apart. They had different desires for their future and realized they were no longer aligned in their goals, with Jason moving in a direction that no longer matched Lisa's lifestyle. Despite these growing differences, their separation was not filled with anger or bitterness. They still cared deeply for each other, which allowed them to co-parent effectively and maintain a strong, united front for their children. Their commitment to family remained central during the separation. In a joint statement, they shared that the love between them continues to evolve, and they've chosen to allow each other the freedom to be who they are. Their devotion to their family and children remains unwavering, even as their relationship changes. Rather than seeing their split as the end of something, they viewed it as an evolution, a new chapter where both could explore their individual paths while respecting their shared history and their ongoing connection through their children. This thoughtful and mature approach to their separation reflects their deep respect for one another and their dedication to creating a healthy, positive environment for their family. So, what's the secret behind the shocking transformation of Lisa Bonet? Let's find out. Lisa Bonet's stunning transformation. Since her divorce from Jason Momoa, Lisa Bonet has undergone an extraordinary transformation that has caught the attention of many. While some celebrities focus on dramatic physical changes after a breakup, Lisa's journey has been more about personal growth in mind, body, and spirit. At 56, Bonet remains a striking figure seeming to defy the effects of aging. She has maintained a youthful appearance that leaves many curious about her secret. A key part of her timeless look is her dedication to regular exercise, which she has committed to with impressive consistency. In a previous interview with the New York Times, Bonet shared her love for fitness and talked about a favorite activity she discovered by chance. "I take an African dance class that I absolutely live for," she said, explaining that she had been hooked on it ever since trying it 7 years ago. Along with her dance classes, she follows a balanced fitness routine that includes Pilates twice a week, yoga, and gym workouts. Her commitment to physical wellness has only grown stronger since her separation, with friends noting that she looks more radiant and energetic than ever before. However, perhaps the most remarkable aspect of Lisa's transformation is her decision to step away from modern digital culture. Bonet has made a deliberate choice to avoid social media entirely, embracing a lifestyle that allows her to connect more deeply with the world around her. She is rarely seen absorbed in her phone when spending time with her children, preferring face-to-face interactions over digital ones. This grounded approach has had a profound effect on her family, especially her younger children. Since her split from Momoa, Bonet has also scaled back her acting commitments, choosing to focus more on her personal growth and exploration. Although she briefly appeared in Momoa's 2020 Super Bowl commercial, her last credited acting roles were in 2016 and 2017. This time away from the spotlight has given her the freedom to explore other passions outside of public attention. Friends close to Bonet have shared that she has been delving into spiritual practices, strengthening her connection with nature, and dedicating time to creative activities like pottery and writing poetry. "She's more centered and peaceful than I've ever seen her," one friend remarked. Lisa, they said, has become more authentic and true to herself than ever before. Public appearances since her separation have shown a woman who appears lighter, more confident, and genuinely happy. The few times she's attended red carpet events, it's not her physical appearance that has sparked conversation, but the undeniable sense of peace and self-assurance she now carries. What makes Lisa Bonet's transformation so fascinating is that it challenges the usual narrative of celebrity breakups. Rather than seeking attention through new relationships or publicity stunts, she has chosen a path of quiet self-discovery and living authentically. In a world obsessed with oversharing and constant online presence, her decision to step back and focus on her inner life feels almost revolutionary. Perhaps the most telling aspect of her journey is her relationship with her children and extended family. Sources close to the family note that Bonet, Momoa, and Lenny Kravitz continue to co-parent in a harmonious way, always prioritizing their children's well-being. This emotional maturity and goodwill are clear signs of Lisa's personal growth as she enters this new chapter of her life. Lisa Bonet continues to captivate people, not through scandal or drama, but by the quiet strength of her authentic transformation. The stunning change we see in her isn't about reinventing who she is, but rather fully embracing who she has always been meant to be. A woman who lives life on her own terms, regardless of Hollywood's pressures or public opinion. What are your thoughts about Lisa Bonet's shocking transformation? Share your opinion with us in the comments section. But don't forget to like and subscribe.